What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Red Dawn channel. We're going to talk about some holsters. All right, so we are going to be replacing our Tier 1 concealed Glock 19 setup that we like to run. We run our 15 round magazines with +2 extensions, so we do have 17. Actually, when you add a +2, just so you know, factory +2 is shorter than going from a 15 round to a 17 round. So this is still shorter than a 17 round mag, but gives you a little something chunky to grab onto. It's really nice having them for the Glock 19. So this has been a phenomenal setup, and I found something to replace it. And what I'm going to be replacing it with is the Glock 26X with the Armsman's holsters. The Armsman has the mold and the setup for the 26X. I've been wearing it now for 2 days, and it's just as comfortable as my Tier 1, but it's a little shorter. He actually lengthened a little bit of the holster here because when Radian drops that Radian afterburner, we're going to be running the 26X with a Radian afterburner, and look at how smooth that is. Perfect. Absolutely locked in there. Super good draw. Absolutely fantastic molds, as you can see. Great holsters. Things that he does that are just really nice is it's kind of nice having how rigid what he's using here in between. The extra small wing on the mag holder, absolutely fantastic. The claw works great. I do prefer the plastic clips, so that was a recommendation that I used from him. He prefers the metal clips, and a lot of people out there do, but I'm just so used to using the plastic clips, so that's kind of what I want to stick with. This has been an absolutely fantastic setup. You can see how thin it is. I did put a wedge. I got these wedges actually off Amazon, and I think I have the box. I do. These wedges were fantastic. I'm not sure what they're called. They're called the Manolo holster wedge. Super soft. They do come with 2, so they Velcro on and Velcro off, but I prefer the smaller one. They actually have a bigger one, as you can see, and I like the smaller one. Just adds a little bit of cushion. It's soft. It's silky, so it helps slide everything in. It doesn't get caught up on anything. But yeah, I am just loving the 26X. I'll show some quick B-roll footage of how it shoots. Got first shots off on it today. And super impressed, man. I mean, the Glock 19 shoots fantastic also, but so does this, and it's a slightly smaller package. As you can see, it takes Glock 19 magazines. Shout out to the Glock store. The only way to get a 26X is if you have a Glock 26 Gen 3, 4, or 5. You can buy what's called the M1X frame. It was called the 26X frame. They changed the name to the M1X frame, and it turns your Glock 26 into a Glock 19 size handgun. It does take the smaller lights because of how short the rail is, so it takes the same lights as like a Glock 43X or whatnot. By the way, for those who are freaking out, this gun is clear. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this 26X, and when it gets the Radian, it'll probably be flush with the flashlight. Very much excited to have the Glock 26X. It just feels like that small gun that we're all chasing. Everybody wants the small micro 9 carry, but they want to be capable. You want to be as capable with these micro 9s as, let's say, the Glock 19. And that has been what everyone's been chasing. That's why the X Macro went and tried to up it to 17 rounds to pass up the Glock 19. Sorry about that. Pass up the Glock 19. They wanted to add ports to make it as shootable. The thing is when you have large hands, gripping a smaller frame just is difficult. No matter how much recoil you take out of the gun with porting it or adding a compensator, if your hand size is large, you're still holding on to something small that's moving. And that's why the 26X to me is perfect, because it has that Glock 19 frame. I still have a little bit of hand that's off it, but not enough that it makes a difference. And yeah, the recoil of a 26 is just, it's completely different than a micro 9 gun, because it is the exact same width as the Glock 19, basically the same gun. I showed off, if you go watch my 26X review, it next to a 43X. I don't think saving, I think it's like 0.8 centimeters or something, that the 43X is thinner. So not only can I carry Glock mags, I could carry a full-size Glock as a backup in a bag and something and keep this on the body. And just to show you the slide difference, so you know, that's the difference in slide. It's really not that much, so you're not losing that much with this gun at all from a Glock 19. Also, when you have this heavier slide, even though it's smaller, it's a heavier, thicker slide, and you have a heavier, thicker frame. So when it recoils, it's a very short action, shorter than a Glock 19, and the slide mass is just enough that it absorbs more recoil than these small frame stack and a half single stack guns. So yeah, I am replacing my tier 1 concealed with the Armsman sidecar, and I'm in love with this. I'll be wearing this on the daily.
Wolverines.